Good evening and welcome to Motivational Monday. My name is Barbara Ellzey, your host. Stick around. Let's talk about money this evening. Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm Barbara Ellzey. I'm your host of Motivational Monday. Welcome. Last week we talked about health. Today, let's talk about money. Let's talk about business. So I have two, again, phenomenal women that's coming on to Motivational Monday to share with you their business and to give you some insight into what they are doing. Now, you know that Motivational Monday is a platform to spotlight women in their business as well as to get business partners. So I want you to listen real closely. If you have questions, I want you to put your questions out there so these women can answer your questions. Again, I am so happy that you are here with us on Motivational Monday. I love spotlighting women and what they do. So tonight, again, we have two guests that is going to come and share their businesses with you and what it is that they do. And like I said, again, get your questions together and why don't you go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to Motivational Mondays, as well as share this page with others so they can get this information as well. So glad that you guys are here. I'm so glad you're here, Carlita. Always glad that you guys show up. So tonight, our first guest is going to be Soenga Evans. Soenga Evans is an investment specialist. She teaches how money works. She also educates on income replacement and wealth accumulation. Her focus is making sure that you understand the concept of paying yourself first. We all need a better relationship with money. And, sometimes we didn't get taught relationship with money, but that's why God put people out here that are experts to teach us about money. So can you all help me welcome Miss Soenga Evans as she comes to Motivational Monday. Hey, Soenga.
Hello, Barbara. How are you this evening?
I am wonderful. Glad that you are here. And the thing about it is I'm glad that we have this subject because we've been talking about so many different things. We talked about health on last week. We talked about other issues for women of self-care. But tonight we're going to talk about money, Linda. We're going to learn how to have a better relationship with money. As you know, a lot of us has come from households where we wasn't taught how to save money, how to pay ourselves first. We still trying to understand investments and all of this. And I know that you have noticed as well on Facebook when someone's loved one has died and, went on with the Lord, that there's been so many GoFundMe pages to help to bury their loved ones. But there is something that we can do before that happens. And so I am glad that you are here tonight. You are an investment specialist. And so let's just jump into the conversation. First of all, I always ask the why. Why did you get into being an investment specialist?
Okay, thank you for asking, Barbara. But before I answer that question, I want to thank you for allowing me to be at this platform. You are doing an awesome awesome work for the Lord, for God.
Thank you.
Always have been very supportive of me, and I appreciate that. So why I became an investment specialist is because, as you have already stated, people are not sure of how money works. And money is a sensitive issue.
Okay.
People don't want to messing with their money, Barbara.
Yeah, that's true.
With their money.
That's
and they
true.
don't want to really open up and talk about their money.
Right.
But it's a serious and sensitive issue. So that's why I became an investment specialist, just to educate people about money and keep it simple.
Right. Because, and you know what, Soenga, in our culture, we don't know a lot about money, right? And so here's the thing that I have learned, and God taught me this. If you respect money, money will respect you. That's number one. If you respect it, it will respect you. And then two, a lot of us don't have a good relationship with money.
Yes.
We don't have a good relationship with money because one of the reasons being is that we're ignorant of how money works.
Yes.
We're ignorant, of the things that are out here that are at our disposal, but we don't understand it. So that's why we brought you on here tonight, so people can kind of get an understanding about money. And again, how to pay yourself first, how to have a good relationship with money. And especially, again, in our culture, African Americans, we don't know how to have a good, relationship with money. And so therefore we find ourselves buying things that more expensive, our wants, I should say. We buy our wants before we put that money or earmark that money towards our actual need, like life insurance and things of that sort that we're going to need. So let me just jump in here and ask you some questions. I was reading I did some research. I was reading your bio, your financial investment bio, and you said something. You said renting wealth until you can own wealth. What did you mean by that? Because that's interesting.
Absolutely. Renting wealth until you can own wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you alluded to earlier, with people passing away and not having anything to bury their loved ones, and then the deceased individuals not leaving anything behind. So we educate people about income protection. When someone loses a loved one, a spouse, that income is not coming back in. So that income needs to be replaced. And so that is renting wealth.
Renting wealth. When you're purchasing life insurance, which you said income protection.
Yes, you're protecting the income like we protect our car, we protect our home. We have to protect our income, not just have enough life insurance to bury someone because bills are being left behind. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
So we need to protect that income that will no longer be coming into the home. So you need enough life insurance to bury the individual as well as to protect the assets that have been left behind. That is renting wealth.
That is renting wealth. I like that, income protection. I'm writing this down.
Yes.
Because I learned some things looking over your bio, to be honest. I learned some things, and that's what I want. And I looked at this question, this one word, and I want to ask you, now you correct me if I'm wrong, if I pronounce it. Are you a fiduciary? Is that correct?
No, I'm not a fiduciary.
Okay.
A fiduciary is a term for someone that handles money.
Okay.
So the money actually touches their hands.
Okay.
But in today's time, we don't have to do that, particularly as an investment specialist, because of technology, the beautiful technology like we're on this evening. So everything is done turbo, so you don't have to touch money.
You don't have to touch money.
You don't have to touch money, and that's a good thing. But you always have to be ethical and trustworthy when you deal with people's money.
When you're dealing with people, and that, what, Sonia, I saw that it says when you're taking care of people's money and their assets, you have to be legal, and you got to have an ethical relationship, and trust have to be in there. And I think, what, I think too, that's why people, when you start talking about money, people get kind of squirmish, or they get kind of, apprehensive with that, because people don't trust people with their money. And you look at what is this, like American Greed, right? The TV show American Greed. What if folks just ran off with the people's money, and stuff like that. And people are just they kind of apprehensive about turning their money over to someone else, because are you really trustworthy? You know what I'm saying? It's all of those questions that's going on in their mind. I just recently, about 2 months ago, this white gentleman, retired, and someone actually cheated him out of his whole life savings, which was like $200,000 that he'd been saving up for his retirement, and trusted someone, and they ran off with it. You'd be like, my God. But so, how do you get around that? How do you get around that in your method as you being an investment specialist?
Well, you have to build relationships with clients.
Yeah.
And you know how doctors used to go to people's homes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, before COVID, I went to people's homes. And I've had my clients in my home as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we build relationships.
Okay.
I learn their family, they learn my family. And if perhaps I have a client that goes home to be with the Lord, guess what, Barbara? I'm invited to the service.
Wow.
I am part of the family. So I serve the whole package of the
Okay.
family. I become part of the family and
Part
they
of the
become
family.
part of my family.
Mm-hmm.
So we build a relationship and then the trust is there.
Wow. Yep, that is one way to do it. I remember years ago, when I was younger, how the insurance man used to come to the door and collect his premium. You know, that's when people used to go door to door. You used to see the insurance man, the Avon calling, the encyclopedia person, and Amway and all of that. And people trust him. They actually trust the life insurance man when he came and, you know, and he gave them their premiums, never thinking, you know, that he would run off with the money. So that is one thing that you have to do. You have to build that relationship because the relationship builds trust. And as you say, you get to know their family, they get to know your family, and vice versa. But still, money is complex. It's complex because there's so much out here in terms of investment. You know, and the life insurance, yes. But then there's other investments that the African American community really don't know how to make that investment, you know, to see money grow unless somebody teach them how to do it and things of that sort.
Right. That is so true. Teaching how people how money grows. I teach the concept of paying yourself first.
Okay. Explain that.
Okay. Paying yourself first is, of course, we pay our cell bill, we pay our cable bill.
Right.
Well, who worked for the money? We worked for the money. You worked for the money. So who should actually get paid first? You should be paying yourself first and investing the money and getting a higher rate of return. Now we know the bank is not giving anything in as a interest rate.
Exactly.
So I educate my clients on how to find the best rate of return on their money.
Okay.
And so we show them how to invest in the name brand companies like Pepsi, Coke, and to do it in a simple way, economically. But you have to diversify. You have to be disciplined. And so it takes a while for the money to grow.
Right.
But if you're persistent and disciplined, your money will grow. Your money will grow while you're sleeping.
That's
And
a good
so,
thing.
but
That's a good thing.
yes, a lot of people get a little scared about investing, but you can invest outside of your job the same way you invest on a job with the 401k. So it's the same concept. The scary part is about when people hear about investing in a single company and that company folds and they lose all their money.
Right.
That's risky, like Bitcoin and different things like that. So don't educate about investing in a single company, but in multiple companies where it's professionally managed. So you don't lose your money.
So it is best to diversify your, you know, and sometimes, like you said, on the job, they do offers investment and things of that sort where you can diversify in the companies. You can invest in a diversity of companies and they can manage it and things of that sort And so, you know, a lot of people they know it, but they still be like, I don't know, because the thing about it is the risk, because sometimes your money can go up. And then, you know, they'll say you lost money. You'd be like, I lost money, you know, and things of that sort. But it asks you actually when you're investing, are you a risk taker? You know, me, I've always just said, you know, I'm gonna lay low and just stay even keeled. I ain't gonna go way all off and stuff like that. But, you know, but it's still good to invest it because you do see your money, you see your money grow in some ways. So tell me more about, do you deal with 401ks? Do you deal with 403bs? Is that something that someone can get that service through you?
Absolutely. We do 401k SEP programs for entrepreneurs, business owners. We also do individual retirement account, Roth IRAs, college fund for kids. So there's various products that I do for different reasons.
Okay, for the money to grow. Wow.
Yes.
So you have here, you educate on income replacement.
Yes.
And wealth accumulation.
Yes.
Explain that. Yeah, I'm in it. I was
Okay. Yes. Well, as we said, income replacement is replacing their income with life insurance.
With life insurance.
And as they're doing that, we also show them how to build in mutual funds. We want you to become self-insured.
Okay.
Michael Jordan and Oprah Winfrey, they don't need life insurance. They have money.
Right.
And as we get older, we have to eat, right? So we need money. Some people have to buy medication, so they need money. So you rent wealth through the life insurance. And as you're growing older, you're accumulating wealth by paying yourself first, and your money will grow. So you become self-insured.
I hear people talk about, I think, whole insurance, where that's like money, that's like insurance that you can draw money off of. And then and I know term life as well. Yes. But explain the insurance. And I saw that you're licensed in a lot of areas with that. Explain what insurance that you can invest in where it grows money that you can, I guess, get loans off of the insurance. I don't know. That's what I mean.
There is a difference between the two. Whole life takes you till age 100. You have to pay for it until you're age 100, and it has a savings vehicle attached to it.
Okay, a savings vehicle.
People can borrow from it, but they have to pay it back with interest.
Okay.
The interest that you receive from it is very low.
Okay.
So what I educate my clients on is buying term insurance, where you can get more coverage, less economically, less expensive. And I show them how to invest in mutual funds so that they can get a higher rate of return. They're investing the same place insurance companies invest, and they're getting a higher rate of return. So then,
really?
Yes, ma'am. And so then when it's at the end, if a person passes, they have the term insurance for burial and to pay for assets that are left behind, as well as leaving a legacy. Remember, the Bible tells us to leave an inheritance to our children's children. And we can't do that unless we're stacking up cash in investments.
Yes. Oh, wow. Wow. Where can someone reach you at? This is some good information. They saying this is good. There's comments. This is good. Where can you be reached at?
I can be reached at my telephone number is 773-612-1932. I'll repeat that, 773-612-1932. And my email address is SoniaEvans2@gmail.com.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Sonia. I know you said you've been doing this for some years.
Yes.
And gaining this knowledge and this experience in finances. What has been one of your challenges?
One of my challenges has been getting through to our people, my sisters and my brothers. Guess what, Barbara? I don't give up on them, and I keep knocking at that door.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Educating and helping one family at a time. That's what I do. And I don't give up on anyone. But getting through to our people has been a challenge. But as long as you love on them, you can come across to them.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And I think, again, as we mentioned earlier, excuse me, I think it's just the fear and the apprehension and the trust. People, trying to really gain trust in the person that's dealing with their hard-earned money. I'm working and, and I don't know if this person going to run off with my money. I don't know what's going on, especially if they don't have a great understanding. Here's one thing that I have learned, that I have experienced with those who talk to you about investment. They talk like used car salesmen. They just be, blah, 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 and they don't take the time to really, really explain, if you did this would happen. This will lead to this, and this will lead to this. You got to make sure that everyone have that understanding, or they're gonna still be like, I don't know what she said. I don't. Then they'll say, okay, I'll call you. And when they say, oh, okay, I'll call you. That call ain't coming, because really what's behind that is they didn't understand what was being said to them. And so I think, especially in African American, Black and brown communities, I put it like that, Black and brown communities, 9 times out of 10, there is no legacy left. There's no money left, right? Because their parents didn't know about building a good relationship with money, so they didn't have that knowledge to pass down to to each generation. And so it was just a thing of you make money and you spend money. You make money and you spend money. Or some of them, they would just sock some of it away, put it up on their mattress, and it's not really growing. It's just being socked and put in a box or somewhere like that. So I think, again, with in the African American community, that it, and I know there's classes out there. People are constantly teaching on finances, but it's the thing of, do they understand what they're hearing, right? And another thing that caused them to withdraw is that they don't know the right questions to ask. They don't know the right. So, when you don't know the right question to ask, you feel like you're ignorant or something. You don't want to say anything because I don't want this person to think I'm dumb. And that's in anything. So that's why I was asking you, what challenges do you have, and how do you overcome them challenges when you're confronted with that?
Yes. How I overcome those challenges is, in our education, I offer my clients what's called a financial needs analysis. It includes a risk profile, so I understand how they feel about their money. And so the financial needs analysis is complimentary.
Okay.
I give that to all of my clients that would like to have one. And it's a roadmap to show them where they are and where they want to be in the future.
Okay.
And in that way, it gives them comfort because they have something visual. And they can ask me questions about it. And then we can change anything that has to be changed. And then they can see how they will reach their goal.
Wow.
And they look forward to it. And me as an investment specialist, my clients can call me anytime. I take calls on Sunday. Some of my clients work late. I take calls in the evening. So I'm available to my clients. If I don't pick up, I'll call them right back.
You're calling, and you said you give free financial analysis to show you where you at and where you can grow. If you follow this process, then you can go from where you are and a little further. That's good. So she's giving free financial analysis. All you gotta do is call her, and she can walk you through and give you this financial analysis. Thank you so much. And give you an analysis of where you are in terms of your income and how to see your money grow. So you guys, the number again is 773. What is it? What's your number?
773-612-1932.
And it wouldn't hurt. It definitely would not hurt to call and say, hey, I want to get a free financial analysis. I want to see where I'm at, because we're getting older. We're getting older, and and we got to have something in place. I know that a lot of things we can learn outside, but there's a lot of things, that with myself, there's some things that God taught me during the pandemic, about money and a better relationship with money. And a lot of us say, well, the pandemic was terrible, and it was, There was some things that that caused us to be sorrowful. The things that we went through, but then also it was a time period where God, if we were in alignment with Him and really listening to Him, there were some things that God was able to teach us. And I can say, as a testimony of myself, that my credit score is now at a place where I'm always being asked, do you want this money? Do you want this car? Do you want this car? Do you want this? Do you want that? No, I don't want any of it, Jack, because I don't want to be in debt about that. No, I done got out my credit score. It's wonderful to say, Barbara, your credit score going up 72 points. Hey, so just getting a better relationship with money. And that's something we all need to do, is get a better relationship with money. Sonia, thank you so much for being on Motivational Monday. Don't go away. I'm going to bring you back again, because I'm sure there's going to be some questions. And if you all have some questions for her, please put them in the chat or put them in the comments, and definitely we'll get a chance to answer those questions. Again, if you want a free financial analysis of where you are today and where you can grow, please reach out. It's free. It's a free analysis of your finances.
It's free.
It's a free analysis. At my bank, Bank of America, sometimes they do free classes. Do you want to come by? Yes, I want to come, because knowledge is power, and I want to learn. And sometimes we hold ourselves out of things that are so simple, that are very simple. So I praise God that over this last year, 2020, I got a chance to learn some things that I didn't know, and just took that step without being afraid of taking financial steps. God is good. God is good. Thank you so much, Sonia. Again, like I said, we're going to bring you back on. Did you have anything else you wanted to share with them before?
Also with my complimentary financial needs analysis for your viewers and listeners, they email me. I will email them back a booklet called How Money Works. No charge.
Oh, how money works. I don't know about y'all, but we say things like, the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. Well, let me just say this. Let's just look at the type of God that we serve, right? He's just not going to take somebody's money and give it to you. He just not gonna make his other child homeless so you can live well. No, that's not what that means. God will do some things. He does miraculous things, and we've all seen that. But there's some things that we have to do as well. Again, reach out to her for her free booklet, her free financial analysis, and let's have a better relationship with money. Thank you so much, Carlita. All right. Thank you so much, Sonia. Don't go away. We're gonna bring you back. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. Oh, wow. Y'all listen. The Bible says in 3 John, he says, beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. But you know what? We got to be educated on some things. We have to learn and get a better relationship with money. And when there are free financial analysis, when we have free tools like that, we got to take advantage of them, because we want to move. We want to be able to leave our kids something, right? And we want a better relationship with money all together. I learned some things in the pandemic, a lot of stuff that I thought I needed. I didn't need that stuff no more. Honey, I like looking into my bank account and having some money in there. Hello. I love it. So I don't have to say, you got $20? No, we don't. I'm a lender. I'm not a borrower anymore. I don't borrow. So I thank God for breaking that cycle in my life. I thank him for that. So thank you all so much. Listen, again, reach out to Sonia Evans. Get her free financial analysis. It won't hurt you to find out where you're at and how you can grow in your finances. So we thank God for her. Well, my second guest, she is, to some, you may not know her, but we know her from the Apostolic Faith Church. Jessica is a young woman who is really, she just has always been on her stuff. I call her Jessica Rabbit. Jessica Harrison, she is the co-founder along with her brother Joshua, and she's a CEO of RC Adele. They have a digital product design agency specializing in software as a service, helping companies design and develop scalable in apps tailored to their business model and customer needs. With over 12 years experience in marketing, public relations, sales strategy, operation strategy, this young lady is so very intelligent. I thank God for what he's doing in her life. I know that she just left PepsiCo to start this business with her brother. Everyone, welcome. I know you guys has been commented and all of that, but listen, for those of you all who don't know her, I'd like to introduce to you Jessica Rabbit Harrison. Come on, Jessica. Jessica. Oh, I see. Okay. I see one of my questions answered. I am so glad that you're here.
Thank you. And it's funny because like when we're in the sanctuary at church and we coming out, praise the Lord, and you're like, Jessica Rabbit. Yeah, so you guys, Jessica Rabbit is my Facebook name. I put that in 2005 and I never changed it.
Yeah, and I didn't even know that. I was just like, that's Jessica Rabbit right there. Jessica, welcome. You look beautiful as usual, always, and stuff. But I'm so glad that you're here, Jessica. I just saw an answer to one of my questions because I was going to ask you before we got started. How did you come up with the name of RC Adele? So Adele is your middle name. How did you get the RC? And this is Dream Bigger. So what did that name come from?
So my brother's name is RC, middle name.
Oh,
so we're both named after my dad's side of the family. Okay. So my brother's name, he has two. So he has his grandfather's name, and the second middle name, Lemon, is my dad's name.
Okay.
And my name is Adele. My dad's name is Ardale. So I have the feminine version of his name. So long, yeah. So so it's our middle names.
Okay, because I was looking at, I said, am I saying it right? RC? Mm-hmm. Is it RC? RC Adele. And I said, I wonder who names that is. So I did, when I looked at yours, I thought I was going to see Jessica Rabbit, but I see Jessica Adele. So that is your middle name. And your company is RC Adele Dream Bigger.
Yes. Well, that's our tagline, to dream bigger, just because a lot of people have gotten dreams from God. And so it's like, how do I encourage you to tap back into those dreams and, expound upon them and then help you bring it to life?
Okay. All right. So Jessica, let me ask you some questions. Okay. I know that you're from PepsiCo, that you was there for some years at PepsiCo, and you decided to take that leap of faith. You guys decided to jump, and I think that is wonderful. And your company is what, a year or 2 years old now?
No, it's we founded at the end of October.
Oh, of 2020? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very baby company.
Okay.
So what happened, my strategy had always been to start the business, but it was supposed to be after I was like the CEO of PepsiCo and, had this strong network and had an exit strategy. My business was making way more money than my current salary. And so during the middle of COVID, the Lord was like, I want you to leave your job. And I'm like, huh?
Right.
I was like, I like taking trips and I got a mortgage. I'm like, what? Repeat. I don't think I heard you. I ain't hear you. I'm gonna keep working. And he said, quit your job. And I was like, Lord, is this you? Is this you? So anyway, I took a leap of faith and everything was just aligned. I had the right mentor. I reached out to one of my classmates who's a serial entrepreneur. Okay. And I said, can you mentor me? And the Lord had just told her to start a class. That's the class I got enrolled to, put me on this fast track. That's where I've met most of my clients, so it just like the Lord just had everything lined up.
He had it lined up, but you had to. It's amazing that when God began to nudge you and you'd be like, wait a minute, it's something that you wanted to do, but then he'll come along and do that little push. And you'd be like, hold on, God, wait a minute. I'm going to do that after I do this. And he'd be like, no, I need you to jump right now. I love when Steve Harvey said jump, he says, I want you to jump right now. So listen, let me just ask you some questions. I know that this was something, I heard you say that this company, this business was making more money than you were at PepsiCo. So I always ask my guests the why, Why?
So it was not. We didn't even start it. So I quit in September. I started the business in October. So I left without the business making any money because it hadn't even been incorporated. Like the LLC had not been founded. So now you see why I was nervous, and I was like, Lord, this don't sound like you. Like I thought I need to be organized. Like what's up? And so so he really pushed me. So the why is I felt like I was not using my best potential at my job. I learned so much. I needed to be there, right? And I needed to learn about networking. I needed to learn about operations. Like I can look at a business and figure out how to automate it. That's stuff I used to do in my old roles. Like I would figure out how to be done with my day by half day and then work on a project the rest of the day. And that would give me promotions. And I was like, kept getting promoted, but it was getting to a point where I had all these ideas and it was just so much red tape and it was just so much. And I didn't feel like I had so much joy going into like now when I talk to clients, like I leave, first I'm an extrovert. Okay. Then I leave the meeting, they're laughing, I'm laughing, like even if their business is not even ready for an app and my brother and I, we still encourage them and the way that they look, it does something for me. So I really want to see specifically Black businesses, but I want to see everybody, but specifically Black businesses. I want you guys to prosper, but I also want it to be the right way, right? So my clients, we talk about customer service. So like if a customer has a complaint, how do you handle it in a diplomatic way and make them feel encouraged because they're giving you their money. And so it's like, how do you have compassion and understand where they're coming from and have a solution, which then creates automation. So it's like, if somebody comes to me with a problem, more than likely the next customer won't even have their problem because I've written it into the automation.
Okay. So let me digress a little bit. So you started this company. You left in September 2020. Started this company in October of 2020. You guys decided that you was going to create for others digital products. This is a digital product design agency, right? And so So with that, you guys said that you're gonna help small businesses as well as large business. Just bring it all together. Tell me that again. Tell me when you first initially you get a client, what is the steps that you do in terms of helping or supporting or creating with this business?
Okay, so our main digital product focus is helping companies get an app, right? And so we help them figure out when they need it. So a lot of people like, oh, I need an app. An app is to accompany a business, right? And so apps are pretty pricey. So we do not want to encourage you to build an app until the app is going to make your business more money. So if using the programs that already exist don't work for you, and you can start running your business off the app and it makes it easier for your customer and it will increase your money, then that's when it's time to build an app. So these are the conversations that we are having with these customers. And so like we turn plenty of people away, but we let them feel encouraged, but like you should not spend a lot of money on an app until you are ready. And so like that's what we help them figure out.
Wow. You say you all turn people away because you feel that they're not ready. They're not ready for that step yet.
Yeah. Without an income, I'm still like, I'm sorry. Like, hey, like you can, in fact, I'll be like, hey, if you automate this, this, and this using existing programs, you will solve that problem. And so like, I will help people with those tips, but God has been so good to me. So many miracles have happened since then. So I don't ever have to be desperate for clients and people who, if they don't fit, like I don't have to force a fit.
Wow. I was looking at something. So I'm going to show you that I've been doing a little research. I'm not a techie, but I was doing some research according to the information that you sent me. And this is it SaaS? SaaS? Is that it?
Software. So look, I was tech adjacent because I can automate things and like figure out how to like plan things out. I've always been tech adjacent, but my brother, he's a software engineer. So like that's when it gets to nitty gritty, that's when I do a handoff.
Okay.
So software as a service is something I had to learn. And so that means majority of their process runs off of technology, right? So if you think about Uber, your customer has to use an app. Within the app, it has to coordinate their location and then a driver in the same proximity. Then it has to link them, and then they get to rate them. And so like their whole business, majority of their business is on an app, right? Airbnb, so that's software as a service company.
Okay. And so I was looking at the SaaS is software as a service, and it's a cloud-based software, right? That's what I was reading. It's a cloud.
So you're getting so technical, but yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So yeah, you know what you're talking about. Come and join the team.
No, I was talking to Kelly Gage, and she knows how I feel about technology. I said, Kelly, I'm doing a motivational money tonight, and one of my guests is in technology. She was like, oh my God. I was like, I know, right? But I did my homework.
Yeah, it's good. Like for me, even when I'm talking, okay, so the regular business owner doesn't even know these terms. So that's where I come in. And so my brother is just so smart. And I'm like, okay, layman's term, like, can you do it all on a computer? I love simple things. So like, yeah, I know you know what you're talking about. Even if you don't have the right word, like you're very intelligent. So I know you know what you're talking about.
I listen, I'm telling you, I was like, okay, I got to get into this. So it says, one question is, how specialization is your business? How is your business compared to others in the industry?
Okay, so if you go to our website and go to other people, do you see as much melanin on the site? So you can already tell our target market are businesses owned by African Americans or within the African diaspora. So you can tell like we are dedicated to Black people, right? And so when you have such a cookie cutter service and you try to attract mainstream, a lot of our idiosyncrasies get ignored. And it's like I will tell my clients like, hey, I think you should add this. Like I do financial tech, fintech with one of my clients. And so their target market are going to be Black kids, right? And I'm like, hey, I remember growing up, I didn't know this. You should add this so I can add better recommendations on how it should flow and understand that if I do it this way, it's going to be more intuitive for somebody who's coming from Chicago or coming from an urban area where I'm like, this doesn't make sense for our community. Like, I mean, you could put it, this is just a recommendation. So I'm able to offer a lot of insights. I can do statistics, so don't get me wrong, I can back it up with some numbers, but like in terms, I'm like, hey, I don't think that this is that and why. And then I can be like, statistically, African American boys of this age within this type of radius don't like this, but they spend more money on this or their parents. So like, so I can back it up, but I can influence you based on understanding my community, understanding our plight, and like really advocating for your customers. So that's where we're different. We also like, once we tell you a price, that's it. We're not going up. It's not going to be like you getting your house with contractors and they like, hey, sounds the pipe burst, that's going to be an extra $10,000. Like, no, like we really pull apart how much it's going to cost. And then the third thing is I have an operations background. So outside of the app, I am talking to the owners and saying like, hey, how's your business going to run outside of the app? So I'm helping them develop like, okay, once the app does this, what do you need to do? So that no one's dropping a ball. And I help them think through things that may have taken them 6 months to a year to figure out the hard way. Okay.
And so what you saying that, so when you have a client, can they come back for like, do you guys consult them or something of that sort? Or is just, after you finish the business with them, you create the app, is that the end of that? Or Is it some type of, where it's a continuous relationship with you guys is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so once you get an app built, so like your first app will be called an MVP, so minimal viable product. Once again, that's something I had to learn. So it's like, what's the minimum that you can pay for, but your customers be super happy, right? Mm-hmm. So you start off with that. You don't put all the bells and whistles because that's going to cost $100,000, or like Facebook didn't do all this when you first started, right? So you do like,
no,
like what happened, right? Yep, how do we get that price down and you get more investors? And then, so you have maintenance costs, right? So we will connect you with somebody who can be like your resource for like little things that could happen down the road. Now, when it's time to have extensions and, scale and you do some more stuff, then you're going to come back and then we're going to go to the next level. So so we will start over. So I hopefully that answers your question.
It does. It sounds like a build on. I mean, as you said, that Facebook, when they first started, no, they didn't have a lot of things Facebook didn't do when they first came out with the bells and whistles and some of the things that we can do now. So it's more like you said, the MVP, right? The minimum something.
Viable product, yes.
Okay, so it's minimum, but they can build on. That's what I was talking about, that continuous relationship they can build on to their app. So, okay, let me ask you this. So I was looking at something as I was researching. It says that the cloud, and is the app on the cloud? Is it on the cloud? I don't know.
Yeah, so a lot of apps are, and this is where my brother comes in. So Josh, come back and do the comments, okay? Or I can do follow-up questions, right? So like everything should be filtered through the cloud. So a lot of people go through Amazon, so AWS. And so like that's where our developers, our development team prefers to work out of. Okay. So, but yeah, and so you pay for storage, and the more you use, which is a good thing because that means you have way more people using your app, right? And you're making more money. Right. Then you need to expand your subscription with Amazon.
Okay. The cloud, how efficient is the cloud security? And I know this is a question for Joshua.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, my friends are on here. Wait, is my mom, can you take notes for me so I can respond? Mom, please, can you record this note? Okay. Or Sharice. Okay. So my brother is really into technology. So he did not quit his job. So I took on the role of CEO, right? So I have to make sure everything goes smoothly and the handoff is good, right? So he's still at his job. He's a software engineer. He develops apps within his company. And so I can't talk about them because they're proprietary to his company. However, he understands like security, what's the best way to go. Hey, Connect. Yeah, Connect, can you take notes for me? Okay. She said, will do. Okay, somebody. Okay, yay. Okay. So he understands what's the latest and what you need, right? And so different industries are going to need more security. So we have an education system, right? So you're just going to do basic, like the kid's going to have a profile, the parent's going to have a profile, the tutor's going to have a profile, and so like you just want to make sure like their credit card information is secure. But then when you start getting into financial tech, that is a different beast. And so, but they understand like the firewalls you need. And I'm like you when it comes to technology and terms. So I was talking about, the mainframe, and my brother looked at me. He was like, that's not a thing. And I was like, okay, first of all the hacking movies in the 90s was like, okay, I just got to get through this firewall. And, I'm into the mainframe. So like, mainframe. And he's like, Jessica, like that was so long ago. Oh, so I know he's going to come on and tease me of anything that I use like an old outdated term for, but you get the gist, right? So we know and he is my strength in that area. I'm his strength when it comes to operations and, planning out, okay, when this happens, what happens next? When this happens, what needs to happen next to achieve this goal? So like, that's where I'm strong. And so that's where we do really well. And so we have this transition and then it's a handoff to him.
It's a handoff to him. So you do the initial in terms of
my hat, so he's like the chief technology officer, right? So that's his only hat. So he's like handling technology, the developers. Like I have the conversations like when we negotiate it, you know, how we're gonna do certain things. Like that's when I'm involved. But like when it comes to like looking at code and stuff like that, I'm just like, okay, I know what I needed to do. So like that's when I need to see it. So I'm on the marketing side, I'm on the finance side, I'm on
the operation side,
you know, creating content side, like that's me. But no matter what, my job is to make sure everything comes together and is seamless to the customer, right? So I'm learning how to manage expectations. So like really mapping out in layman's terms, like what's the whole process, right? So once it goes here, we're going to sit with you and map out what your process looks like. If we decide that you need an app and, you know, you're ready to fundraise or you already have the funding for it, it moves into this design process. So we're defining things, we're designing, and then, you know, develop testing. So it's like, we really like make it seamless to them. So even though it shows up as like 5 steps to them, it's 50,000 things that they will never see.
Right.
Right.
And
I don't want them to see it because it's like, sit back, relax. We got you.
Wow.
You got this app the way that you want. You say you wanted to. It's going.
Wow. And see, that's the thing about it with technology. When you're building something, we may see the 1, 2, 3 steps, right? And with me, with technology, I want it to work. As soon as I push the button or whatever, it has to work, or I'm frustrated, you know. So, but what the work that went in, the additional steps that you guys have to do, I don't even want to know about that, because
I don't want you to know. I want you to look, and it's on I'm giving it to you on a platter. I have check-ins with you because we need to make sure we're doing it right. And so then I'm like, hey, while I'm working on this, you can do this. You can go fundraise. Here are these accelerators that you can join, or, you know, you need to go work on your logo, and they'll send back to me. You know, with me being a seamstress and an artist, like I like tweak somebody's logo, and I'm like, hey, can you send this back to your designer? And they were like, oh, we like your version. So it's like, we gonna make this successful however it needs to happen. Because that's why you come to us.
Are you taking on new clients now?
We are.
You are? Okay. Because I heard you mention about clients earlier. You was like, I don't have a lack of clients, you know, or whatever. And I think that is wonderful, because there are some people that's on here that was like, oh, wow, you know, you need to talk with her in terms of the app. So when you're meeting someone, and I'm sure that you have come across those that have like small businesses, you know, and they just ready to launch. I'm just ready to move out. I'm ready to launch, and, you know, and take my business to another level, and may not even really have a clear understanding of what all that involves. Not only that, but may not even have the funding for it. You know, how do you handle them? How do you handle those clients?
So what we did is like, we have a client we're doing an app for, but then we found out like some clients do need to fundraise, and we really believe in them. So what we have is a prototype stage, right? So this allows you to really see if your clients like this, and it allows you to go enter those pitch competitions, right? So it gives you something clickable. So when you're talking and you're doing demonstrations, you can show this. And then my mentor, she was featured. She was on in Essence when it was in print, when it was like the hot thing. She was on The View, like anything you could talk about, she was on. So she gave me a manuscript on how to win these actual competitions. So like what I'm doing is using that framework and helping my clients develop it. And I like challenge them. They'll send me their decks before they go present to an investor. Right. And so like, we're really pushing them and helping them, because it's a process. And sometimes you need your hand held. Sometimes you just need somebody who believes in you and who speak life into you, because, you know, we come in from under Bishop Horace C. Smith. When I talk to you, I'm breathing life into you.
Right.
So, and I'm helping you come up with a clear plan.
Right. And that's what I'm talking about. You know, sometimes, you know, people have they have a vision, they have a dream, they have something that they very, very, passionate about. This is what I want to do. And that's why I asked you that question, and they may not have all the understanding of what to do, but you on the other end able to, as you say, breathe life into them, saying, we take this step and that step, and we can make it work. Those people, because you have them out there. A lot of people have so many ideas of things that they want to do, and they're very, very passionate about it. But how do I get it out here to the masses? But I only have, $200.
Yes.
I
want to start recording videos because your app is going to be a business, right? So you don't have to have a pre-established business, but you do need to think of it in terms of that. You need to know who your target market is. And people need to figure out how you're going to monetize, right? So this year, by the end of 2021, it's going to be $900 billion in ads spent on apps alone.
Wow.
So all you need is traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Literally all you need is traffic, and you can just sell a banner at the bottom for ads and tap into that money. That's one way to monetize. A subscription, like I pay for this app that I can edit my photos on. That's a subscription. So then, Uber, like that's pay per use, and so like you have to figure out how you're going to pay. Or if you're a nonprofit, are your grants going to support this apps being developed and like helping you think through that? So yes, you can come to the table with the app and idea, but one, you need to know how you're going to monetize. You're going to need to know funding. If you don't know, at least start with the prototype, but it's still an investment. And then be ready to roll up your sleeves and get out here and be in these pitch competitions and talking. And it's a whole world, but it's exciting. For me, being an extrovert, it's exciting. So, and if you're not, I try to like simplify it and gas you up because I'm about to be like, you got this.
Yeah. But
if they don't, I'm going to tell them. I'm not going to like lead them wrong. Like I'm going to be like, hey, I need you to do this, this, and this first. And once they do this buttoned up, like my brother and I, like we will cheer you on.
Good. Because like, and that's what I wanted to hear. Because like I said, a lot of people are passionate about again, maybe a vision they had or something of that sort. And they need that, even if you're telling them, not at this time or whatever, but they're leaving feeling positive that this is something that they can do. Where do you see your business going in the next 5 years? What's your plans?
So, I mean, it's so much, but obviously just having more apps. Like I want investors to come start looking at my company and say, who you got next, who you developing next, because they know the work that we're putting into these companies. And so as soon as we develop your app, it's going to be name brand. It's going to accelerate really fast. It's going to explode. Like we have a marketing plan. Like we going to be out here. So that's how I see it. And, just really having a relationship with investors where my people ain't even got to go out. Like they coming to us.
All right now. Okay. Tell me about Clubhouse, because you be on there as well, marketing and advertising.
Yes. Clubhouse is fun. Like for me, I started in November last year. So I found my tribe. And so like I'm on there with the Kingdom Business Network. That's the largest Christian network on Clubhouse, and I am a moderator on that within that network, right?
Okay. Oh wow! Congratulations!
Even my mentor was presenting in front of all these like billionaires on like her opening. This is the person that mentored me with my business. So I'm doing this with her. I'm still on Clubhouse. I got a huge partnership deal from Clubhouse, like ridiculously big partnerships, just networking in one of those rooms, even the silly rooms. Like we're changing our pictures, or we're talking about a versus, or we're cracking jokes. Like, I mean, it's fun.
Wow.
And it has, like, if you are a networker and you do follow up, I will slide into somebody's DM. Okay. 3 out of 4. One day I decided to go to a room and I slid into 4 DMs. 3 of them ended up me having one-on-one consultations with those people. Like that was a 75% success rate. So like, it really it really is like, if you're willing to put in the work, meet the right people, be discerning. Be discerning if somebody's wasting your time. But it's been good for me.
Yeah. And, I like that you say be discerning, because I remember some years ago, the older people used to say, hey, Josh, your brother done jumped on here.
Oh, yeah, this is my business partner, Joshua.
Hey, Josh.
Josh, over here with the keyboard.
Yeah, they used to say it doesn't have to be pre-established. Bring Joshua coming back. Let me see. It doesn't have to be pre-established, but we'll help point you in the direction to help you establish your app as a business. Well, thank you, sir. Okay. He jumped on. Thank you, Mr. CTO, Chief Technical Operating Officer. Yes. All right, Josh. Listen, this has been wonderful. I thank you so much for coming on here. This was a wealth of information, Jessica, and I wish you the best. But I was going to say, I remember some years ago, the older people used to say, pray who you get in business with, and they used to always say, all business, not good business. I'm not saying that to you, but I liked how you say, the discerning. And that's what made me remember, that they was like, all business, not good business, pray about your business partners, and stuff like that. But I am glad that you're here. I'm excited for you and Joshua. I wanted you to come on here and to just share what it is that you guys are doing. And Mr. CTO came on here. I guess he said, let me just jump on here and put my 2 cents in and stuff. And so I just wish you all the best. I wish you have just so many clients that you are going to have to hire people to help you.
Thank you. Yes. And I just love you. Like, as soon as you asked me, because I do feel like I have so many engagements and appointments. And I was like, oh no, when Minister Ellzey says something, like, you've been bringing life into me since I was a child. Okay. Wow. So like even you coming up to PepsiCo, I'm like, hey, we need diversity. We need girls, like bring reach, please. And
yes, you sure did.
A whole tribe of girls, for our events at PepsiCo. So I just appreciate you. I love your spirit. I love everything about you. And
thank you. And I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And I remember when we brought the girls from Reach there, and majority of those girls was from the Roseland area. And I never forget for how you set that day up. It was diversified, and you guys taught them about marketing, and they created a product, and just taught them all that. We never know who these girls are going to be. We don't know where they're going to land in their life, but they got that experience from PepsiCo and, learning how to position different items in the aisles. So
they were so creative. I forgot about like the stuff they came up with. Those are brilliant girls. You're doing a great job.
Yeah.
One thing, I do a startup room on Thursdays on Clubhouse at 8 Central. So if you follow me on Clubhouse, come out, pitch your business. Like, we want to be able to give you a platform so people can, buy, support each other. Like, it has blessed me, blessed other people. Even Sister Ellzey, you need to stop on by, like, it's just a great experience. So
it's a great experience. Okay. That's every Thursday, you said at 8 p.m. on Clubhouse.
And I can send out a link. So I'll send it out that. And then to find us for RC Adele, it's rcadele.com. And you can set up a consultation and you can learn more about the product on the website and decide if you're ready. Or I want to start doing videos as well, like to really explain to you like what, is the process. So you can know ahead of time.
That'd be awesome. That would really, really, I hope you do that, because again, people just need like that step-by-step, to hear that understanding, as I was mentioning to the first guest and stuff. And when people get an understanding about something, they'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. Instead of saying, I call you. And you know what that means. They gone about their business because they didn't understand what was being said. Again, thank you, Jessica. Your information is here. Listen, you guys, as she said, she would be at Clubhouse on Thursday at 8 p.m. You can come and they can pitch their business. Is that what you said, Jessica?
Yeah, come talk about your business.
Come talk about your business, whatever your business is. If you're not afraid, come pitch your business. But thank you. We're going to bring Soenga back. This has been excellent. Woo, I learned a lot tonight, honey. My goodness.
Can I say with Soenga, like what she's teaching is golden because AFC had a financial class that helped me get buttoned up so I can buy a house. So like what she's telling you is going to set you up. Even some of the stuff that I'm doing now, like I quit my job. And one, it was a faith move. I know God had me, but like the work that AFC had us with the financial thoughtfulness really helped. So like you got to listen to what she's talking about.
Right. And I like that. I like that you say how you're going to be doing videos. Soenga, you got to do videos too and just walk people through, walk them through. But I thank you all so much. Do you guys have any final words before we leave here? You both have given so much information. And again, you can get your free financial analysis from Soenga Evans. Make sure that you guys give her a call so she can walk you through that, as well as get this free book. What was the name of the free book that you would get? Is this an ebook?
It can be an ebook. I will email it. Yes, it's called How Money Works.
Wow, How Money Works. And we need that understanding, especially in the Black and the brown community, how money works, because there are some things that we need to do, people of God, and it takes money to do that. The Bible says money answers all things. So we have to have that understanding, and we have to have a better relationship with money. You know that God is not going to give you more money if you don't have a better relationship with money. If you don't have a good relationship with money, why should he give you more? Because if all you're going to do is take it and put it on yourself, and that's not what it's all about. Yes, God wants us to have the finest things, but that God has another reason for money as well. So he's not going to continue to put money in our bank account and we're not using the money that we have already the way that he wants us to use it. So you guys reach out to her for your free financial analysis. And for those of you all that wants to, take on this app, reach out to Jessica to get that understanding. She's already given her website, as well as Soenga has given her information. We bring them together so we can learn. We need to learn some more. Like they said years ago, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. So we're trying to just give this knowledge. Any last words, Soenga, before we get off of here, off of this Motivational Monday?
Well, I would like to share with your listeners is that if anyone is interested in pursuing the financial industry, I can help with that as well. Okay. And I want to thank you so much, because what you do for us is awesome. And God bless your ministry.
Amen. Amen. So that's another business opportunity. What I love about this platform is that there has been connections made on here where people have signed on to other, and they have started a business through those individuals. You, Jessica, do you have anything that you want to leave with the listeners? You have
So, I mean, that I'm doing apps, but like the real thing is like, I'm a midwife to people's businesses when you're ready to birth them. So that's really where my strength lies, right? So I'm encouraging people to like really seek God and take away your fears. Keep a notebook or your cell phone next to your bed. And when he gives you an idea, I don't care how crazy it is, get used to writing it. Again, and believing, like remembering stuff he told you when you were a child and these ideas, like now you have the maturity and thinking about how to execute them, but still have that faith and that joy like a child, like really big, like really believe that you can do it because he's gonna show up. Remember, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof.
Yep, that is so true.
Period.
Period.
That's true. Is the Lord. Anytime the devil talks to me, I like the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof.
Right. Yeah. And that is so true. And I always tell people, they say, I don't know what my purpose is. Go back to your childhood and see what it was. What was driving you back then? And you will learn something about yourself if you go back to your childhood. I always knew, I like bringing people together. That's what I like doing. And I'm gifted to do that. I can fill a room with people. I have no problem with that. So that's something that I did when I was little. I always liked people to come together. And God had to show me that. But Evangelist Sarah Martin at AFC was the first one to identify that gift in me. She said, you have the gift to galvanize people. And I do. And I say that with confidence that I do, because that's something God has given me. So bringing women together in one room, that's not a hard thing for me to do. So Go back and see what it is that God had put into your life even back then, and be excited about it.
And pray. If you forgot, pray about it.
Yeah.
Like, do I hear Barbara's list? You know how they got Angie's list and all that, Craig's list. I need a list of your businesses put together. Do I hear? Wait, I heard it right, y'all. Exactly. Type in. Did y'all hear? Because I heard it.
Yeah. And you got to, whatever you're doing, you got to be excited about it, because your energy transfer, right? Yeah. So if you present your business like, this is what I do, people are like, your energy got to be there as well for people to say, let me take this on. Ladies, thank you all so much for coming on Motivational Monday. This has been a lot, but it's also knowledge, and I appreciate you guys being here. I pray that you all reach out to Sonia and reach out to Jessica and get the information that they need. And thank you all so much again for being on Motivational Monday. Appreciate it so much, and the information that you have. And so again, we're going to put up your information so they can grab that on my page as well. If you guys want to put your information on my page, do that so they can grab it off of there and be in contact with the both of you so they can learn a little bit more about what you all do. Well, we thank you again. That's the end of Motivational Monday. It's been packed with wisdom and knowledge. And I thank you all again. I pray again, like I said, that they will reach out and that you all will take advantage of this information that has been given tonight. So you all, thank you so much, and good night.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night. Good night.